Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm a certified medical microbiologist, Gwendolyn Hale, and I'm popularly known as the medical professional with the difference because I bring you knowledge like no other to the comfort of your living room, to your doorstep. Today we are going to be talking about how to calculate your safe period as a woman, and whether you're male or female, married or single, this video is for you. Before we dive in, if you're a returning subscriber, this is me saying, I love you. Thank you so much. And if you just stumbled on this channel, please join the family. Kindly subscribe, like, and share, and we become one. Let's roll in. Come back. So, like I said earlier, we are going to be talking about how to calculate your safe period, your fertile period, to know when you're ovulating, actually your ovulating date as well, to know when it's safe to have sex and when it's not safe to have sex. So this video is for everyone, for every male, every female, because you can teach your sister, teach your mother, a man can teach his daughter, teach his niece, his nephew, teach your aunt. So this is value, this is knowledge coming to you, and it's something that you could also teach your spouse, because many spouses don't know how to calculate their menstrual cycle. The first thing you have to do in order to know your safe period or your unfertile or fertile period is you have to know your menstrual cycle length. I would like to say this: every female's menstrual cycle length is unique to her. So don't use your sister's menstrual cycle length, your mother, your auntie, or your friend's menstrual cycle length to know your safe period, to know when you are fertile and when you are not fertile. So your sister may have a 30 days menstrual cycle length and you have a 28 days or a 34 days menstrual cycle length. So it's totally different. I just want to give an example of how you would know your menstrual cycle length. Let's take this for example, that this is a calendar of a month, and let's say that you had your period on the 2nd of that month, and your next period started on the 3rd of the following month. Now, what are you going to do? This is the 3rd. What are you going to do? You are going to count the days in between to the 3rd of the next month. That is how you would know your menstrual cycle length. Let's start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So it is 33 days. So this lady has a 33 days menstrual cycle length, and it's normal. Not every woman should have a 28, a 29, or a 30. Everybody is different. So this is just an example of how you can know your menstrual cycle length, and this is very important. This is the first thing you have to know in order to determine your ovulation day, your fertile day, and your unfertile day. So this is where it starts. So I'm going to give another example. Let's say, for example, that your menses starts on the 4th of that month, and the next time it wants to start, it starts on the 31st. So that means that from the 1st of, let's say if your period starts today, that is when your menstrual cycle length starts. If your period starts tomorrow, that is when your menstrual cycle length starts. That is when you start to calculate your menstrual cycle length. So if your period starts, or your menses start on the 4th of this month, of this calendar month that is here, and it flows, let me say, for 1, 2, 3, 4 days, and it ends. You understand? This is not when your menstrual cycle length ends. This is your menses day, the length of your menses. I want every woman to know this from the day your menses start, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th to the day your menses ends. That is the length of your menses. That means you have your period flows 4 days. For 4 days. I hope you're listening. For 4 days. Now, to calculate your menstrual cycle length is different from calculating your menses days. The length of your menses. 2 different things. So, if your menses started on that month of on the 4th, and the next month it started on the 31st, we are now going to calculate your menstrual cycle length from the beginning of a menses to the beginning of the next menses. That is how you are going to calculate or know your menstrual cycle length. So count with me from the first day of this menses to the first day of the next menses. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. That means that this lady has a 28-day cycle. So it's totally different from every other lady. So work with me. I'm going to be calculating the safe period for a lady who has 31 days cycle length. You know, a lot of people do for even numbers, 28, 30, 32, but I'm using 31 because it's a very tricky thing, because if you divide this by 2, it will give you a decimal point, a number with a decimal point. So that is what a lot of people are having problems with. So let me help you. So let's say, for example, that this lady's menstrual cycle length is 31 days. Her period started on the 2nd of this month, this calendar month we have here, to the 1st of the following month here. So count with me, guys, count with me. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So this lady has a 31-day menstrual cycle length. So how shall we know her ovulation day? In between her menstrual cycle length period, she will ovulate only once. But there are some women who have their period twice in a month. But bear in mind that they will ovulate once in that menstrual cycle length. So we are going to calculate the safe period, the ovulation day for a lady, a female who has a 31-day cycle. Remember, the ovulation length is calculated from the first day of menses till the next day of menses. It's not calculated from the first day of menses till the last day of menses. Please put that in your mind. So, in order for us to know her ovulation day, we will divide 31 divided by 2. If we calculate it here, let me say if you don't have a calculator, I'm doing it for ladies who don't have calculators. Let me do it here. 31 divided by 2. 1, you bring down this. 5, 10, 1, 0, 1, point, add a knot, 5, 10. So this will give us 15.5, as we can see here. So it will be on the 15.5 day, 15th and a half day, this lady's ovulation day, this lady's ovulation day is on the 15th and a half day. Now let's calculate it together. If this is the first day of her menses to the next day, remember we are looking at the first year. Remember we are looking at the first year and the 31st year. So we are going to count 15 days and a half. So do count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this is the 15th day, as you can see here. So this will be the 15th day and a half. So you'll have to circle the 16th day. Please follow me up so you can understand. Instead of putting away the and a half, the 0.5, which could be rounded up to 16, you have to select both the 15 and the 16. Remember, what you see in black ink is the days within the menstrual cycle length. So between these days, the 15 and the 16, this is when she's going to be ovulating. So that means that 3 days before the 15th, remember, I'm talking about this. I'm not talking about what you read. I'm talking about the 15th year. Three days to the 15th day of her menstrual cycle length, and 3 days after her ovulation day within her menstrual cycle length. These are her unsafe days. That means that your ovulation day, if you have a 31-day cycle, is the 15th and the 16th day, because if you divide 31 divided by 2, it would give you 15.5. So that means 15 and a half day. And 0.5, you can round it up and give 16. So between these days, the woman is ovulating, the 15th and the 16th day within her menstrual cycle length. Now, that means that the 12th, the 13th, that means that the 12th, the 13th, the 14th day prior to her ovulation is unsafe, and also the 17th, 18th, 19th day after her ovulation is unsafe. So for a lady who has a 31-day cycle, let's say your menses starts on the 2nd and your next menses starts on the 1st of the following month, this will be your menstrual cycle length. And how would you know your ovulation day? You divide 31 divided by 2, and that will give you 15.5. Now, the 0.5 can be rounded up or could be rounded down, but we'll just choose this because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this is the 16th day, 15 and 16. So that means 3 days before this day are unsafe, and 3 days after are unsafe. Remember, I said 13, 15, 3 days before this day, and 3 days after. So all these other days, you are safe. So this is how to calculate your safe period if you have a 31-day cycle. Now, if you have a 30-day cycle, let's say that your period started on the 2nd of that month. It will end on the 31st of that month. So how are we going to know the ovulation day for a lady who has a 30 days menstrual cycle length? You divide 30 divided by 2 and it will give us 15. And this will be same for a lady if she has a 32-day cycle length. You divide 32 divided by 2, and that will give you, let me help you out. So 16. So back to what we're saying. If your menstrual cycle length day is 30, divided by 2 will give you 15. So we start calculating from the second, remember. We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That means that your ovulation day this is your ovulation day. So that means 3 days before this day and 3 days after are unsafe for you to have sex. But if you want to get pregnant, it's very important that you have sex during these days. Very important. Remember, this is your ovulation day. This is your ovulation day. A woman will only ovulate once. Remember again, this table wouldn't work for a woman who has shorter cycle or a woman who has a cycle more than 35 days. And also, a lady who has her period twice in a month. So this is going to help you so much. So all the other days, let me use a different color pencil. So all these other days, the lady is safe. These are her safe days. She can have sex during these days and not get pregnant during these days. She can have sex during these days and she wouldn't get pregnant. So this is very important for everybody to know. This is not something that you can put aside and say, I don't think I need to know, Because when you have knowledge about this, it's easy for you to control certain things about your life. So you're more confident, Use this table to teach everybody around you because it's very important. This is the first birth control, family planning. This is the first manual, family planning. And I'm telling you, if you're looking to get pregnant, know this table. If you're not looking for pregnancy, still know the table. So till next time, thank you so much for joining me in my short class. In this short class, I hope you have learned a lot. Do pop your questions as usual. Do ask me the questions you don't understand, and I will be available to teach you or to repeat these if some people don't understand. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you.